Arizona Del Taco. Bad news. In an Arizona Del Taco, there was a man caught on video doing this to a customer.
So, but you don't have to act that way.
I don't give a bro.
You're gonna get fired.
This is the manager right here. All right, where are you gonna post it? YouTube? No one's gonna see it. Who are you gonna send it to?
To your boss, duh.
I am the boss. My dad's actually a owner, so good luck with that.
This took place in a Peoria Del Taco. This guy was apparently fired for his hostile rant, during which he said even more than the stuff we were able to play for you. Just profanity. Some things that really caught people's eyes were like, my dad's actually a f***ing owner, so good luck with that. Why you gotta give me tude about the f***ing sauce? To which the couple said back, he really doesn't have an idea what social media can do to somebody because this video caught fire, much like the fire sauce at Del Taco. It was hot. And the guy got fired.
Yes.
But there's no doubt that when people watch this video, they have a strong reaction.
It's interesting because they have a strong reaction in picking sides, but I actually do not have a strong reaction in picking sides because I can see the perspective of both sides. So I've worked in customer service jobs. I've worked at a car dealership. I worked at a coffee bean and tea leaf for a little over a year. And doing jobs that require you to get food to hungry people or get coffee to under-caffeinated individuals is one of the most challenging things imaginable. Yes. Everybody has their own weird, peculiar requests.
Can I get a Tay Diggs, which is black and extra strong and smooth, but also very sweet?
Some customers are extremely rude. Some customers have you remake their latte several times and then eventually just throw the latte at you because you can't get it right. So I know what it's like, and I can totally feel the frustration of the worker at Del Taco. At the same time, just give them the sauce and let's move on. I've also been on the other side where I want some more hot sauce, but they don't want to give you hot sauce. McDonald's, if I get 10-piece nuggets, I'm expecting at least 2 different types of dipping sauce.
Give me the sauce! Give me the sauce! They got buffalo now? I want to try it. I found that out recently. They have buffalo sauce. I was just a sweet and sour barbecue guy.
You know why you didn't know it? Because they're stingy with their sauces.
They keep it down below, and you know at night they just go into their bathtub's just full of dipping sauce. And they do that. The entitlement of this guy, the heir to the Del Taco throne, is what rubbed me the wrong way. Because it's like, it's so frustrating that this guy's like, I don't even need you. But the truth is, like, if you do want to inherit a functioning Del Taco, you can't do this.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, you're hurting the company. And guess what? You just got fired, not because your dad fired you, but your dad was forced to fire you because Del Taco corporate stepped in and was like, we've got to do something about this.
But here's the thing, Brett. Is the customer always right? Because I would argue that no, they are not always right. And sometimes you have to stand up for yourself. Now, in this case, I think he went too far.
Yes.
But I know that there are certain instances where a customer is just flat out wrong and you need to let them know.
Yeah. If you are throwing a huge fit over a mild sauce, you have a mild sauce problem. Like if you are so angry that you need to stick it to this guy at the Del Taco who, you know, most people who work at the Del Taco at the window are not the heir to the Peoria, Arizona Del Taco fortune.
I love how you're talking about him as if he's royalty.
Yeah, but he is. I mean, those things are so lucrative. Like I have a friend from high school who lives like south of Ventura in a really fancy house because her dad owned like 5 Burger Kings. And it just prints money if you get it to go to work right. But if you're yelling at someone who's in customer service, and I've done it before, I have like I think a considerably short fuse for it. I always feel terrible after.
Right.
I get more frustrated at the robots that are in the customer service that are like to speak to a person, say person.
Listen to me very carefully, okay?
Why? And they don't understand me. But like you're looking across the window. And I used to work for Jack in the Box. And I was a mystery guest, so it was my job to be the person at the window to see if the folks serving were nice or not. And like, most of them are just super nice. And they've been there for 10 hours. And they're prepping your food, so don't be a dick about it.
Totally agree. I have a lot of empathy for people who work in customer service jobs. I go out of my way to be super nice to them. But you also have to keep in mind your behavior is not representative of how most people treat those in customer service jobs. Most people are downright vicious, and they have that sense of entitlement where they think they can treat you as if you're like a throwaway of society because you work at a fast food chain. So keep that in mind. I mean, we don't see the entire picture here. We just see when the video started. We don't know what the exchange was like prior to that. And so that's the reason why I'm kind of holding back from having a super strong opinion where I pick sides.
Have you been a jerk when you're dealing with someone? Like, just you had a bad day and you were buying something and you did something and then you felt bad about it?
Well, not necessarily when I'm buying things. When
Got
I'm in
it.
the position to buy things, I'm usually in a really good mood.
Got that money.
Right? But just last week, I was trying to get to work, and every street that I needed to take in order to get to the other side of the city to get to work was shut down because they were doing construction. So finally, I get to another dead end where the construction worker had shut down the street, and I asked him, I was like, are there any streets that you didn't close so I can get to that side of the city? And I said it in that tone, and he like lost it. I guess he got that question quite a bit that day.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So he starts like yelling at me, and I'm like, listen, I'm trying to get to work over there. So tell me, which street can I take? Which street have you not shut down? It took me at least 5 tries. Ooh, say it, don't spray it.
Yeah.
5 tries to figure out which street I could take. He would finally give me the information. But yeah, I got a little snippy with him.
Well, that's the thing, is like you've been in traffic for a long time. He's at work the same amount of time that he normally is at
Yeah.
work. But like he is seeing like a bunch of people that are mad at him go by.
Yeah.
And here's the thing is we all go through these kinds of experiences. You can't not. And most of us are generally pleasant, I'd like to believe. We do snap. Like I've snapped at my healthcare provider.
Oh,
I
that's
remember
totally
that on
okay.
the phone. I snapped at, it was mostly healthcare. I snapped at a doctor. I snapped at, and we all get frustrated and reach that boiling point. And we get angry at inefficiencies. The problem is, and I feel cliched, even though it doesn't get through to a lot of people, like Kobe D, whoever posted this on Vimeo, like you're just seeing a moment of that dude's life. And whoever the woman is who's calling this guy out, like, you don't want to be behind that. Why don't you go get an education and move on? Like, maybe that's triggering him. Maybe that guy feels angry,
Yeah.
Game of Thrones style, about his dad's power and how he's relegated to this life in a window and does want to go off and get an education and get out of there. But damned if he's going to admit it to the shithead who wants more sauce.
Yeah.
And so he's getting frustrated. We can't. I don't think this guy's life is ruined by this video. They haven't released his name or anything, which I think Del Taco's handling pretty well.
Yeah.
Just like we have taken action, no matter what's happening during that guy's day, he can't treat a customer that way.
Look, one of the best things that ever happened to me was getting fired from a job.
Really?
That forced me to focus on starting my career. And
What
so,
job did you get fired from?
The car dealership. I was taking extremely long lunch breaks to spend time with my boyfriend. And I would only clock out for 30 minutes because that was the allotted time for lunch. So I'd have someone clock in for me at
Oh,
reception while I was still out fooling around with my boyfriend.
Dang.
It was the best thing that ever happened to me. Not only did I get nooners out of it, I also started my career afterwards.
Nooners.
Nooners are the best.
Good for you.
Yeah, you want to come back from that lunch break
Skyrockets.
feeling real recharged.
All right. I don't know where we can go from that. What are your thoughts? Whose side are you on? Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe to this channel, why don't you? We're also on watchable.com. I honestly don't know if we're still on. We'll see you next time.